Chapter 1, ladies. My name is Chaz, and welcome to the What If of Zumi. I know it says female deku, but the What If Zumi was Muscular's girlfriend. That's a female name of. So, yeah. So, Muscular. I know he's a bad guy, and he like tries to basically destroys everything. But in this alternate timeline, let's just say he met Zumi name the same age as her. Like, let's begin. Let's begin, shall we? Because if you haven't seen the old ones, go check them out before. So, yeah. And the bottom of this, like, thumbnail is not blood. It's or anything like that. It's just I had something, but it blocked. So, basically, and plus, now, Zumi is immortal. Oh. In this what if. So, yeah. I'm a turkey for today. Sorry. So, when Zumi was born, and then at age of 3, she met Muscular. Muscular had, after they met, he couldn't get her out of his head. He thinks about her a lot. Like, every time he goes to bed, he dreams about being with her. Being with Uzumi in bed, and yeah. And plus, he did not have that scar on his face because it was age of 3, so he doesn't have it. So, yeah. So then at age of 4, they went to a quirk doctor, or Zumi went to a quirk doctor. She had a quirk checked, and yeah, she ended up having fire manipulation. And so, yeah, I always say this wrong, but yeah. So, but she also has the power of infinity and zeros with it. So, but they did not realize it. Okay? So it makes her immortal. So she can never age, can never die. So, yeah. Let me rephrase that. She actually never, when I say never ages and never dies, well, she can reach to a certain point. Like, she can be like a teenager one, like what you see on your screen. And, yeah. And stays that way forever. So, yeah, Zuko ended up... Or, no, actually, Zumi... and like got back. She visits with Muscular, but little did she know, or little did they know, that after the quirk doctor thing, Kosuke Bakugo tried to like go walk up to Zumi. Sorry about that. And yeah. So whom name, it was just weird. Zumi him. So Muscular was asked her out first. But but Bakugo was gonna try to snatch Zumi away from Muscular. Her? Because yeah, it was just weird. So they basically Zuko was or no, Zumi was basically hanging out with her favorite boyfriend, Muscular. Like basically he had her in his arms. He even told her that he won't let anything happen to her. So, yeah, let's do a time skip to 15. And the, yeah. So they both go to UA. Of course, after they go to UA, did all that stuff. And when Muscular got to like took Zumi back to her house. Oh, and him going back to his. The of course during that same night after or that they all went to bed. Of course, Bakugo snuck into Zumi's room and covered her mouth before and totally raped her so bad. And so the next day she did not want to tell Muscular, but so Muscular was worried about something. So he asked her, "What's wrong? You're acting kind of weird." As she grabs her stomach, And she walks up to him, asks him, or told him that she got like molested. And all for one, Un's eyes widened when he heard she got molested like last night. By who? As she looks over and sees Bakugo talking to his friends. As he turned around. Yeah, after school thing, he went over and beat the snot out of Bakugo. Yeah. To the point of no return. As after he, before he left, he says that will teach us to not mess with his. Okay. So, yeah. So she got the. And then she was older enough, like 15. So basically, the muscular, of course, did like last night, or no, actually the next day, muscular, or the students are like wondering, where's that Bakugo fella? I haven't seen him like since yesterday. As Azumi is just in tears. As she's like trying to hold him back. Because he's happy to, but she knows who was the one. So, what did Bakugo like get put into? Of course, he did call the detective and let him know about this situation with. So, Bakugo got thrown in prison and like a house arrest thing because he cannot leave the house anymore. So Suzumi, yeah. So basically, Muscular walks over and tells her that that kid won't bother you anymore. Her. So, yeah. After making this video, I felt like a bad person making a Bakugo turn into a rapist. So, yeah. So, then the like after that, the ball throw. Huh? She got, or actually, Zumi got 1,000 miles. Oh, and then the muscular got 9.99 million miles. Yeah. So, yeah. The then over years have passed. So she gave birth to one kid, one boy, and of course, Inko, or actually Zumi told Inko before, and Sashi what happened, and then Sashi told Zumi, not yelling at her, but he won't let anything happen to you, Zumi. That, or those boys, the ones that, like, that is under a house arrest because of assault on you. Mm. And yeah, so Bakugo's like explosion quirk inside of a, yeah, so basically she tried so hard to, like, yeah, so basically Bakugo was was basically in, like, moon thing, but I'm trying to think of what Yumi, and it would had to be like this, yeah. So yeah, but they did not like put it in, like, they didn't abandon the child because it's not the, yeah. So Zuko ends up um or no, Zumi ends up being a, like, trying to recover from that, and of course her mother was like, was not blaming Zuko or Zumi for it, but she is blaming Bakugo for, like, yeah. Plus, Bakugo's mother agrees with that. So yeah, basically, that's what it is. So she goes, she still attends school, and plus grapefruit kid, from class 1B, or no, class 1A. This boy right here, this one, almost tried to, like, her like breast thing, but muscular, he's seen what happened to Bakugo, So, what does Zoom, or what does the muscular, yeah, so like over years have passed. They had, so basically, eh, they could not believe, or actually even class 1B could not believe that one of the students from class 1A actually just like did that naughty things to Zumi. And all the girls from class 1A and class 1B, they watch out for each other. They could not believe what happened. So then, yeah. And, yeah, so the brain dude who was trying to, like, well, or actually, let's say Zumi got one for all from All Might. Not like All Might and he like slept with her. No, not that kind. But the giving him a piece of her, or piece of his hair to, him, or to Zumi. Yeah, because Zumi, he is now, yeah. So basically, Zumi is has all the power in the world. So muscular, or actually, let's say All Might gave that one for all to muscular, and plus muscular agrees with, because he knows that in order to protect Zumi and the people around her, he has to get stronger. So yeah. So then he goes, or he trains his body super hard, and plus, let's say they had it scheduled, like, not scheduled, but they wanted to talk on the phone. So yeah, muscular. So he decides, okay, you're having fun. Yeah. So then, yeah, sports festival. Then Zumi got like mind controlled by no. But then he did not realize or of course she just like blew it away just as a armadillo. No, the portal opened up and a hand came out and like smacked Rain Dude out of a coliseum and woke her up by that. As yeah. And muscular was yeah. So basically Zumi was, so then all my, or actually muscular versus the Ochako, because normally it would be Bakugo versus Ochako, But Bakugo was banned from school, like under house arrest for assaulting a student. Yeah. So yeah. So Zumi, he sees how incredible her boyfriend is, and all that stuff. So yeah, Zumi ends up laying in her head. She's she would rather and she she would rather choose the muscular's kids to be put into her body instead of what she got, like Bakugo. Yeah. So basically, Zumi, or so Muscular didn't like go overdo it like what he does in canon. He says, guess I won," as he walks away. And he didn't like bruise up her too bad, the Ochako. No? Of course, actually, in secret, Ochako loved Bakugo. But after he did that to Zumi, and of course, Ochako hates Muscular, so it was like in secret because, yeah. So I don't know how that thing. So the next day, or actually after that internship thing, and Zumi got 0 because she's a girl. She's the only girl that was. She seems like she was pretty useless. So Muscular says, "How about join my little link?" Because he got the internship for Gran Torino thing. Yeah. Zumi says, "Okay." So he just watched, or as she watches him getting like the, okay, because he cares about, or actually, she cares about him, too. Like when along the way, eh? Eh? She actually, she would rather, or this is what she said, "I would rather her and your kids and thing." And that made Muscular smile. And plus, in the canon version, Muscular is the rude guy, even like an evil bad guy. But in this what if, he is a good guy to Zumi. And plus, when he tells her that he really likes her, and he could not stop thinking about her, or, her, and she could not believe it. Yep. She thought they were just like normal friends. But now they're becoming so attached, like boyfriend and girlfriend kind. Yeah. So flippin' Zuko or Zumi got and Muscular got to there. Gran Torino does that same thing to Muscular. Zumi he was just or actually was walking around or actually to get out of there to make sure they without her getting hit by Gran Torino. She even tells Gran Torino that they he he's standing out there okay, because I don't want to end up getting hit by you. Okay, I understand. So yeah, so Zumi ends up stepping out. After she steps out, she immediately ran, or not immediately ran. She immediately gets not hit by a truck. Don't worry. The hero killer Stain ran right into her. Bulldoze. And yeah, he was trying to run away from the police thing. And yeah, he like made her land on her butt, and as somehow the hero killer Stain decides to like do something like he's about to put his tongue into her mouth as she's knocking on a door, or she's banging on a door. Muscular could tell that something's going on outside as he tells her, or tells Gran Torino to hold on, as he steps out, and she, or no, not, he ends up immediately shocked when the hero killer Stain puts his tongue into her mouth, as Muscular just bulked up and punched him as he was a little bit, or as she's embarrassed, like her face is all turned brightest red, and as Gran Torino took Zumi in, and of course she tells him the entire story of when stepping out there, her like closing the door. I immediately get it's what she's saying. I immediately got ran over by hero killer Stain. He stops a few meters from me, and he grabs me by the throat. He looked at me. And I, as Gran Torino understands, that yeah, she didn't cause trouble. She tries to, like, be a grown. She tried to be a grown-up girl. And she got, like, yeah, immediately got that. So, yeah, then Hero Killer Stain ends up getting beaten around by Muscular. Yeah. So, now after that, of course, agrees with that. Sorry, I'm trying to think. So, yeah, it was just weird. So, Zumi still hangs out with Muscular. Oh, sorry, I was itching my ear. So yeah, so Zumi was like, became a first person that got Muscular, or got the Hero Killer Stain behind bars. But no one actually knew that. Because because how embarrassed she was of what Hero Killer Stain did to her. Like, basically try to put his tongue into her mouth thing. Yeah. So, basically, yeah. It was just weird. So then after that, the camp arc, or actually, the student said, did you, like, you really stopped Hero Killer Stain in with what? As she's still, like, embarrassed. As she's, like, covering her face. She's trying to, like, not be so embarrassed. Yeah. So they decided, or what did they do? Or what did he do to you? As Muscular, yeah. So his father, or no, actually, Zumi's dad, and was new, and didn't know that his daughter didn't, or he knew that it was an accident and ended up doing that. Yeah, the villain did that to her. So yeah. So basically now, the All Might versus All for One thing. I'm skipping over a camp arc, and of course, Zumi gets captured, and of course, by the League of Villains, and of course, Toga was at UA, not at the League of Villains, because she was in this alternate timeline. She was a pro hero. She didn't let her crazy out. So yeah. So basically, there was a bunch of boys, and they tried to. Yeah, I don't want to say it again, like with Bakugo stuff. So they ended up doing it, and to her, but he tries, but they only used like the power to like and plus drugged her up so much. Then they did it. And yeah. So yeah. So muscular can, or actually, because how close he is to her, he's the only person that was able to pinpoint her location. So when he busts in, where's Zumi? She's right in there. As when he walks in, he sees her on the ground, naked, and yeah, he totally raped her. And so, basically, yeah, he took off his shirt, or like jacket thing, put it around her, and yeah, it was pretty weird. And even like Mountain Lady is like, poor hun, she can't catch a break. And as the most of the pro heroes agree with, and yeah. So then she gets teleported with the rest of the League of Villains. But she still had the towel over her, or Muscular's jacket over her. That's way bigger than her. And, of course, All For One teleported them to where he's at. Yeah. That was just too weird. So, yeah, All Might comes in, they battle, and All For One is about to shoot the laser off at him, or at All Might, and of course most of the villains, or actually All For One, decides to, like, after you're gone, then we'll send her even more. Zumi looked like what Mina was, with a coat on. It's in her head. And yeah. So Zumi, he actually used power of 0 without her realizing it. And All for One's attack was nullified. Yeah. So then the battle becomes intense. It was pretty weird. And of course, Infinity, of course, All for One was dead in about 2 seconds. Yeah. So then, yeah, Zumi felt so violated, though she even like covered herself in like Muscular's jacket because because she was so embarrassed. As Muscular knows that so they ran her to the hospital to make sure there's nothing too severe that they did, and there was nothing. Like, there was only some scratches, but not like, you see like on that picture's arm, this one, like those kinds of scratches, and some of the burn marks on her, like some of her spots. Yeah. Of course, everyone or all the pro heroes and students know it's not her fault. It's some of the guys are like has that thing towards her, as she's like wondering in her head, but she got cut off by Muscular saying, "I would never do that to you." Zumi. So she was in recovering from being like, she was still in recovering from what they did into her body. Let the body, let the flow, let the body. Sorry, I'm thinking. So basically, the couple more days have passed, or weeks. She gave birth to a kid that has a flame quirk. Basically, the League of Villains' entire quirks. Plus, some of the hero killer stains is inside her. Yeah. So, yeah. That's her number 2 child. Yeah. So then, she even told them that, or actually, let's say Mountain Lady respects her, and so she says, or actually Zumi tells her that why is this happening to me? Not even because I know that you're because she wasn't wearing anything like inappropriate, like a certain someone. Midnight, yeah, Midnight. The hold on, I'm trying to find that picture. You know the like how Midnight has that first, like this is her like total design thing. Well, the yeah, Zumi wasn't wearing anything inappropriate, like she says, Ed. And as Mountain Lady says, no, you were just wearing your school or your school uniform, and you're actually wearing your pro hero outfit thing, and they did that to you. No. Or actually, your UA uniform. Man, I kind of feel bad for you, yeah. So, yeah. Muscular is throwing his tantrum. Or he is Muscular, or actually, they asked him, where are you going? As he tells him, well, I'm gonna let some of my anger out on the punching bags, if that's okay with you. You're perfectly fine. Okay? As even All Might can tell that they to take his anger out. So yeah. So he's blaming himself for her. Of course, All Might tells him that it's not your fault. Plus, it's not Zumi's fault either. It's just the... yeah. So, yeah. So then, now, the... yeah. So then Zumi ends up... yeah. So she has 2 kids, and because of molesting thing, like getting like raped by Bakugo and the League of Villains. Plus she wasn't wearing anything inappropriate. Yeah. As she remembers the one of these people, like one of the people told her that we don't need you to be put into any more new outfits. So, because your body's already... yeah. So, yeah, that's what she heard from, and then her brain went numb. Because the doctor told her brain went numb when how much drugs that they put into her. And yeah. So basically now they are now 18, or no, 20. Do a time skip. So Muscular gets married to Zumi, and Zumi are, so the kids are now at age of 4, and they got their quirks checked. Yeah, the first kid, the Bakugo, and Zumi, got a explosion flame, and the second time was destruction, and for her with all the League of Villains characters except for Toga, because Toga in this or whatever. Yeah. And even Toga, I forgot to mention, Toga was like, she cares about her friend. And yeah. So yeah. And of course, Ochako has a little bit of a grudge against the Zumi and Muscular. So some nights, like, she tries to come in, or actually not. Like one night she like came in, just straight up kill Zumi her sleep thing. Of course, yeah. But it was so, or no, and she like tilted her head and thing, or she tossed at a perfect time, and she like plus Muscular was there, and yeah, so please leave a like, share, subscribe. Please wait for part 2.